Hey there everyone, so we're on week 291 of the Lick Friday series now. So for those that are new, hello and welcome to the channel. So every week, new lick. The idea is that you're building on what's called your lick vocabulary. And this was taught to me by a guy called Dave Kilminster, who used to teach me guitar many years ago. It's just a way for you to put another lick in your lick vocab bag. Which is something for you to draw from whenever you want to draw a new lick out. So when I often get asked this question is, when you're jamming, do you think of the jam by lick by lick? And the simple answer is no. You just kind of play, but because you've been learning these licks over time, there's a whole pot of ideas which just kind of come out. It's like speaking in many ways. And the whole kind of like idea of putting syllables and letters, syllables and phrases and things like that comes into play as far as musical terms. So you end up creating solos just out of the vocabulary or alphabet in many ways that you've got within that bag. So anyway, I'll go more into that in a second, but this is this week's lick. Righto, so that is the lick, obviously. Now, previously I was just saying about lick vocabulary, so it's really important to draw from that kind of idea where you keep learning a new lick. It can teach you new things to do, it can teach you new techniques, new formations of movements with your fingers, give you new ideas of sound that you wouldn't previously think about playing. And the other thing is just really listening to other people to try and copy some licks, because there's nothing wrong with that, because we all do it. I mean, at the end of the day, there's only one type of pentatonic scale. Well, two types, major and minor, but essentially the same thing. And they've got the same licks, but the way you play it is going to be different to the way I play it. The way Eric Clapton plays it is different to the way Kirk Hammett plays it. You know, there's a whole sort of like personality thing which goes into those 5 notes, and that lick, which millions of people could play the same, sounds different on every guitar pretty much, because it's all in the fingers as such. Anyway, so this lick is kind of a country-ish lick. It's over a track which I've just written, so it's not yet on the Patreon page, or it might be at the time of you watching this, but check the link below if you want to see if it's on there. But it's on there. It's on the $5 tier system on that Patreon page. So if you're interested in signing up to that, where I put new jamming tracks up quite a lot, so you should end up with at least 12 to 14 tracks each year, and yeah, it's a good way to get some pro quality tracks on that tier system, plus other stuff as well when I post it, and it's all in that tier system. So link below. If you want the tab for it, it's on the website, which is dansguitar.com, and there's also free stuff on there, loads of free stuff on there as well. And yeah, you got access to all my other jamming tracks, which are on Apple Music and Amazon and Spotify and all that sort of stuff. So please give it a little listen. If you like the video, thumbs up, hit that like button, the bell button, and subscribe, because it all helps push this channel along. And yeah, we all need that little bit of help, don't we? So, any questions? Give me a shout. I'm just going to get on with a breakdown. I think I've rambled on way too much as usual. And watch out for the jam using this track as well. You might enjoy it if you haven't already seen it. That is nice. Here's a breakdown. So, I love these things. Sixths. They're great fun and also just very effective. So there you go. What more could you possibly want? Now, just before we go into the breakdown once more, the backing track, which is at the end of this video, is just a smaller version which will be available on my Patreon page, linked below. So you can find it on there. But here we go. So we've got 4th fret. You got that? So string 3, string 1. And you're going to slide into it on that 3rd string. And then keep both of them ringing as you go. into the next one, which is fret 6. Same string, same idea, you slide into it. So you end up with, okay, next one you're actually sliding up 2 frets with the second finger, so you're keeping that second finger on that 3rd string, and then bringing the first finger in to that 7th fret on that 1st string in. So you basically slide in first off from around about the 2nd fret or the 3rd fret up to the 4th fret, and then that's it. Then you've got another 2 to go, which is 9th fret, so sliding from the 8 to the 9 with that 2nd finger, bringing the 3rd finger back into play on that 1st string, and then you've got, which is both on the 11th fret, same strings again, string 1, string 3. So that little section should be, I'll play it slow for you, you end up with, now you could leave it at that, or you could bring in shape 3 of the pentatonics or the blues scales from that point, which would be lovely. But what we're doing is going, which is a very sort of country lick, country rock lick. So the way I play it is I bar that 1st and 2nd string, this time on the 7th fret because we're using G sharp minor. Okay, and you pick those 2 strings. I'm doing an up pick. And that's your next little bit, which is a bend up of the 6th fret on that 3rd string. You can either pull off or pick it, and that's the 4th fret that I'm on about with that one on the 3rd string. Staccato note on the 6th fret 4th string, and then vibrato back on that B note, which I suppose this is going to be a B major lick actually, but anyway, we end up with that B note on the 3rd string. So okay, so that lick in its entirety, nice and slow. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go, and you'll notice through this I was using hybrid picking just to give it more of a sort of punch. You can go, but you're just travelling a long way with your plectrum on that one. So the reason I use hybrid picking is because it keeps it fairly close in a static position. And you can get some nice sort of picky, fleshy, picky sounds with that finger when you're using hybrid picking. So bear that in mind and try and sort of play it the way you want to, but you could try hybrid picking if you're not used to it, because it's all very beneficial. Right, there you go. And we're at the end. Yep, that's it. So it's a cool lick, nice and simple, keeps it sort of in terms of the track itself, it's very in keeping with it because it's got that sort of country bluesy type element to it. I'd like to say southern blues, but you know, you make of it what you will. So if you want that track, as I said, it's on the Patreon page. Hopefully at the time of you guys viewing this, it will be on there. And yeah, there's a small snippet coming up at the end of this video just so you can practice that lick. That's all well and good, right? Good. So if you enjoyed this video, please share it, please like it, please give it a thumbs up, which is the like in it, hit the bell button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, because there's loads and loads and loads of stuff on there. 291 licks plus loads of jamming tracks plus loads of jams, other lessons as well. It's too much to mention, isn't it, really? So, and it's all free, obviously. So there we are. I shall see you next time for week 292. See you later, everyone. Bye.